everyone, today I'm doing a review on the Max Factor foundation, and it's the FaceFinity All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation. I mentioned this in my beauty haul I think a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, and a lot of you guys said that you really wanted to see a review on this, and I originally thought this was a new foundation, but then I realised, well, you guys told me that it's actually been out for like a year or maybe even more. I don't know how that happened because I usually try pretty much all foundations. So I don't know how that happened, but it did. So I've had, I think about, since my beauty haul, like 2 weeks to try it out, and I really like it. So I thought I would share with you guys what I think about it, my thoughts and all of that. So first I'll start with the packaging. It has a very kind of professional classic look. It has gold and black, so they're very kind of feminine colours. I really like the bottle. It's a glass bottle. It has a pump, so it's really handy to get the product out, and you can really kind of control how much you get out. So you're not going to end up with a big mess and loads of product everywhere, so that's definitely really handy. It has a plastic cap over the top, so it's all very kind of clean and just kind of keeps all the products in place. The colour that I got is Golden 75, and it does actually match my skin pretty nicely. The only thing that I would say is it's a little bit more natural kind of undertoned, whereas my skin is more yellow based, so that is the only little kind of tweak that I would say. But apart from that, the colour is a really good match, which is surprisingly good with the drugstore foundations. But the only problem that I can see people having is that this is actually the second to last darkest shade, so if your skin colour is a lot darker than mine, then there wouldn't be a colour for you, which is really annoying because it's a really good foundation, so it's a shame that it's like that. But usually with drugstore foundations you don't have too many shades anyway, so Max Factor has usually 5 or 6 shades, which is definitely not enough, but there you go, just thought I would mention that. This is a medium coverage foundation, so I think it's great for every day. You can easily make it light coverage if you apply it sparingly, or you can build it up to full coverage. I've tried using my fingers, I've tried many different brushes, like a flat dot brush, a classic foundation brush, and it doesn't really matter what kind of method you use, you'll still get a nice finish. Just kind of remember that with your fingertips you will end up with a really light coverage, and then the most coverage you can achieve with a classic foundation brush, so definitely keep that in mind. This, I would say, has a matte finish, so yeah, I would say it has a matte finish, so for that reason I wouldn't say it's suitable for dry or really dry skin. It's perfect for oily skin because it is matte, and for normal skin like my own this was really good. But it's a shame that because it is really matte, it kind of, I would say, it clings to any dry patches that you have. So for me with my normal skin, I still sometimes get dry patches on my cheeks, and this foundation really kind of stuck to those areas and emphasized them even more. So for that reason, if you have dry skin, then maybe this is not going to be for you. I also want to quickly mention the smell of this foundation, because I know that if you have sensitive skin or if you're allergic to perfumes, then this is an important thing to mention. This for me smelled like alcohol, so it's not too kind of irritating, it's not a crazy perfumey smell, but definitely it still has a little bit of a smell. I would say it's a little bit similar to Revlon Colour Stay. I know that has kind of a paint smell, but this is similar, but if you add a bit of alcohol smell to that, then you'll end up with this smell. So definitely keep that in mind, but it's not too strong, it evaporates pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I got this for around £10, so it's definitely more expensive than your regular drugstore foundation, but you don't actually need a lot of product to cover your whole face. I would use like 1 pump, 1.5 pumps, so it's definitely not much, so for that reason I would say it's good value for money. It says that it's a primer, concealer and foundation in one, and for my skin type, which is normal, I think that's a true statement. A primer, yes, definitely, because it's a matte finish, it does last for a long time. For me, it lasted all day, and I didn't even need any powder over the top, so unless you have really like super oily skin, then you wouldn't even need to have powder over the top, so that's definitely good. And I applied it at 8 in the morning, and then I removed at 8 in the night, so that's like 12 hours, and it didn't smudge, it didn't start sliding over the face, it didn't start sliding down the face, it didn't go patchy or anything like that. So for a foundation that doesn't even brand itself as being long lasting, it's definitely good. So a primer, then concealer, yes, definitely, because you can easily build it up, so in areas like if you want to cover any spots under the eyes and things like that, it can act as a concealer, and foundation obviously because this is a foundation. So I definitely do think the statement that they have on the bottle is true. So that's it for my review. I hope it was useful for you guys. If you have any more questions about this foundation, then just leave them down below in the comments. I will answer you guys as soon as I can. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!